French government considering a state of emergency due to protest violence. After a third night of rioting over a police officer's killing of a minor, French Prime Minister Elisabeth Borne stated on Friday that the government was exploring all options to restore order, including imposing a state of emergency. Reporters questioned Borne about the idea of declaring a state of emergency, which certain right-wing opposition groups have sought. Borne responded, "I won't tell you now, but we are looking at all alternatives with one priority: restoring order throughout the country." The Prime Minister will attend a crisis security conference at 10 p.m. 1100 GMT, which will be presided over by President Emmanuel Macron. The Prime Minister was visiting a police station in Évry-Courcouronnes, south of Paris. A state of emergency would give authorities additional authority to issue localized curfews, prohibit protests, and give police greater latitude in controlling potential rioters and conducting home searches. An insider claimed that Macron was prepared to approve new measures without taboos, despite the fact that several cabinet members are known to be against a state of emergency. Macron had cut short a trip to Brussels for an EU conference on Friday. After around 2 weeks of unrest during the 2005 countrywide urban riots, the right-wing government of the day proclaimed a state of emergency, the first time this action had been used on French mainland since the 1950s. Sébastien Chenu, spokesman for the far-right National Rally, told LCI television on Friday, "We are calling for a curfew initially, then the imposition of a full state of emergency, and the mobilization of all the forces of law and order in the country. We're at the bottom of a precipice right now, so we have to be very tough," he remarked. "The nation cannot waver in any circumstances," said Eric Ciotti, the leader of the right-wing Republicans Party, in his Thursday request for a state of emergency. According to the Interior Ministry, 875 people were detained during the course of the night after 40,000 security personnel were deployed on Thursday evening. Admission of failure? Following the terror attacks in November 2015 by Islamist shooters at the Bataclan Concert Hall, restaurants, and the National Sports Stadium that left 130 people dead, France was placed under a state of emergency for 2 years. A new law passed in 2017 under Macron that was heavily denounced by civil rights organizations featured many of the anti-terror measures of the emergency law, including giving the government the authority to block houses of worship and detain people without charge. On Thursday, a Macron aide downplayed the likelihood of an emergency law, saying there was no need for an overreaction. Friday, Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs Olivier Klein criticized it as well, saying it would be an admission of failure on France Interradio. "I believe there are still other choices," he said. Thursday was the first day of a nighttime curfew in Clamart, a neighborhood southwest of Paris. Public bus and tram services in the capital region were suspended at 9:00 p.m. This measure will now be applied every night for an undetermined amount of time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more breaking news updates like this one.